Hi everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another thought of the day. No rants this time. We're all still completely dazzled by the wonder that is Alexander Isak last night against Everton, coming on, taking the living piss out of Everton's back four. I think James Tarkowski's going to wake up in a cold sweat shouting Isak for the next 5 years of his life. But there's been some superlatives thrown at Alexander Isak since that assist, and a comparison to a Premier League legend that's led us to jump on and just do this little opinion piece here. So it's been mentioned by a couple of journalists, some great journalists. Craig Hope, I've got loads of time for, and Keith Downey's been on the show as well. Have all said the same thing, and they've even put it already. How is Alexander Isak the new Thierry Henry? There's certainly a lot of similarities between the two. They've got that similar build, they've got that similar pace, which is what Eddie Howe said. He said he can see that. And he just, again, he played it down and he just said that Alex has done brilliant here and he's going to have a great future ahead of him. But, just looking at that as a statement is a hell of a statement. To think that we've got a player who's even being likened to the next Thierry Henry is breathtaking. I mean, they do have such similarities about them. I think the biggest similarities they have is that blistering pace and that confidence, borderline arrogance that they had. I mean, Henry was always like that. From the minute he came to the Premier League, he came to the league at 22. Isak's 23. I think Henry in his first season got 17 goals in 31 Premier League appearances. So he stayed fit, which Alex hasn't managed to do this season because of that niggly injury. But if you look at the goals to game ratio, Alex has got 10 goals in 16 Premier League games. So his goal to game ratio is better than Thierry's was in that first season. But I mean, I've said it before, if Alexander Isak can be half the player Thierry Henry is, we've got a hell of a player on our hands. But it's just so exciting to see. I mean, you've got him and Wilson battling each other for that start and berth up front, and they're both pushing each other on. They're both scoring goals. I mean, what I loved about Isak coming on the other night was you can see what he can do in a wide position as well. I still think he's better through the middle. I know Audie's a big advocate of obviously Isak through the middle, and why not with the amount of goals he's scoring? We're starting to see the real Alexander Isak now in terms of that pure match fitness, the sharpness, the pace, but it's the close control as well, which is again draws a similarity to Thierry Henry. I think Thierry had that kind of close control. The ball just seemed to stick to his foot, but then he had that blistering pace to beat a man and get by him. That move that Isak did against Everton the other night reminded me of when Henry tied Carragher up in knots, and that was when Thierry was at his best. He was up in the high 20s and 30s of goals a season in that particular season. But when he first broke into the Premier League, Thierry took a few games to settle in, and he didn't maybe do what a lot of people thought he was going to do. Had big shoes to fill from obviously Ian Wright, but eventually turned into that player. And I think we're seeing shades of that with Alex now. I mean, he's such a confident lad for the young age that he is. It's breathtaking, really, when you think about it. I mean, he's round about the same age as kind of like Adam Armstrong, I believe. And we thought Adam Armstrong was this the next young thing, and we were willing to give him so much time. He was nowhere near the ability of this player. The fact that we got him from Spain for £63 million is just unbelievable. I really can't believe that we managed to rob him off Deportivo for that particular cost. I mean, he had a bit of a ropey season the season before, but we have got an absolute bargain on our hands. I mean, I think we've seen the stat before already that the goal to game ratio, only Haaland beats him in terms of when he plays and scores. I'm so excited to see what Alex can do towards the end of the season. He's on 10 goals now. He could easily end the season on 15, 16 goals. I think Wilson's on about 13, I think, now, after possibly the brace against Everton. So Wilson could end on potentially 16, 17 goals with the games that are left, and it's really, really exciting to see. Newcastle have two quality forwards yet again. I mean, I don't think since probably Barr and Cisse did we have two deadly kind of clinical strikers that we've got now. We can't even get the two of them in the same team. We couldn't do that with Barr and Cisse. We ended up playing one out wide and kind of ruining one of their games. So I think Eddie's managing it as best as he can. It's a challenging thing for a manager to manage because both want to play, both bring something to the team, and both score goals. But it's really exciting to have both of them in our side at the moment. But going back to Alex, is he the next Thierry Henry? Well, he's certainly making a good fist of doing the best impression that he can do. He keeps doing things like he did against Everton. Then I think a lot of people will be saying the same thing, in the weeks and months ahead. I can't wait to see what this kid can do with a full pre-season behind him and a full season, hopefully next season, playing more or less every single game for us. He could be well up in the high 20s of goals that season and really be pushing the likes of Haaland and Harry Kane for that golden boot. So let us know what you guys think. You know, is the comparisons a little bit too soon, a little bit too hyperbolic? Everybody loves to do this kind of comparison, but it's hard not to get carried away with Alexander Isak at the moment. What a player, what an assist last night. We'll be talking about that, I'm sure, on the shows to come in the next week. But yeah, if you like this kind of thing, click subscribe, come and join us, like the video. It really helps get it around YouTube as well, helps the channel grow. We've had loads of new subs recently as well, so we really appreciate that. There's loads of pop-up videos just like this, thought of the day, as well as the 2 weekly pods, Mondays and Wednesdays. So come and join Evermore, guys. You won't regret it. Loads of Newcastle United chat. We'll catch you soon. I can't wait to see what Isak does at the weekend against Southampton. Hat-trick on the cards. See you later, everyone.